Greetings! Thanks for checking out this tutorial on how to upload evidence into Dropbox for program review. The first thing you want to do is go to Dropbox.com. On the right hand side, click Sign In, and the email address you need is my school email address, trish.torline@clarkskyschools.us, and the password is program review, no space in between, with a capital P and a capital R. Once you're inside Dropbox, you want to look for program review evidence. And this brings up all the different areas in the program review: arts and humanities, world languages, practical living career studies, and writing. Now, note about the writing folder. We do not touch that. That is completely and totally Danielle's to do with as she sees fit. We will only be concerned with arts and humanities, global competency, and practical living career studies. So let's upload some evidence. Well, I'm going to pretend that I'm Miss May, and I did something really cool in social studies with music. So we go to Arts and Humanities, Curriculum and Instruction, Aligned and Rigorous Curriculum, Characteristic C. Note, in all of the different areas, Characteristic C is the one you want to choose. And here's why. It's pretty interesting how this links up. Cross-curricular connections. It's interesting how that begins with C in every one of those words, and we want characteristic C. So hopefully that'll be a nice little thing to help us remember what folders we need to go to. Click on that folder, and you will see that Language Arts has already uploaded a few things, and I put their evidence into these folders. I think it's easier and more organized to do so. You know what you're looking for and you find it at a glance. So this is how we do that, and I will go back and change these to match what I'm about to show you. So you go over up to the top and click on New Folder. My subject is Social Studies. I'm Miss May, for example purposes. And the cross-curricular connection is in music. So there's my folder. So we're going to go into the folder and upload our evidence. So you're going to go back to the top to your first icon. When you hover over with the mouse, it says Upload. So that's what we do. Choose Files, go into wherever you're storing your evidence, and integrating music into social studies. That's what we want. Okay, while it's uploading, when it's finished, if you have more files to upload, just simply add more files. Now, if that is the only thing you're uploading, then simply hit Done. Now I'm going to pause here for a second. A lot of people ask me, what do we upload? And I finally come up with something I think that will serve us well, and I've heard many people from other schools comment on this, and this is what they're doing, and they're successful with it. I think when you upload evidence for a unit or an activity, it needs to contain three things, if possible. One for sure is the lesson plan in which that activity is contained. Second is student work, at least 3 examples of that, and if it's possible to support that with a video or an audio of that work, that is best, and I'll show you why in just a second when we look at Miss May's activity. And then thirdly is just a written summary of the activity and what transpired. Okay? Alright, so let's go into this activity. We're going to click on it always to make sure that it is really and truly there. And we see Miss Bay's lesson plan and her notes in that lesson plan, which is great. And scrolling down, we get to an example of student work. Okay? Now, in this particular instance, vocabulary's hip-hop U.S. history. I think it's probably a rap, if I had to guess. But that's the magic question right there. Is it a rap? What do we have going on here? What's missing? We're putting this into the music category. We're saying that this is an example of integrating music into social studies, but there's no music. I see words, possibly lyrics to whatever the music is, but we actually are missing that music component. So here's a great case where you would want either a video of the student performing their work or an audio of them performing that work. If you use a video, please make sure that their AUP has been turned in and you are allowed to use that. That would make this evidence perfect. You've dotted every I, you've crossed every T. It's a great example and great evidence as to what's going on in that classroom. And there you have it. Now, I only see one student's work here, I believe, unless it is several, but it looks like one person. So the only things that I would add to this submission would be 2 more examples and actual performances of that work. Okay? So let's click back out of this. And let's go into, let's see, practical living and career studies. Once again, curriculum and instruction. And we'll do consumerism. Once again, here we go, characteristic C, which stands for cross-curricular connections. There's our folder. Okay, and then you just repeat the process that I showed you in arts and humanities. Whatever your activity is, you're going to create a new folder. Remember to put your subjects, we'll say social studies, dash teacher name, and in this case the folder was called career or consumerism, so we don't really need to put that again to identify the cross-curricular connection because it's in its own separate folder. So in this case, just the subject and your last name. If you want to, just to keep consistency, that's great. And that's how you upload evidence. Okay? Note, videos and photos, you go through the exact same process. Now, I have upgraded the memory in this Dropbox to 1 terabyte, and that's a lot. Hopefully, that will be enough with our videos and audios that we don't have to upgrade further, but we'll see how that goes. So you just upload it straight to the box. It's a whole lot easier than going to YouTube and then linking it. That gets into another bag of tricks that most people would rather not have to deal with. So you just upload it straight to the Dropbox folder that you are uploading the evidence to. Okay? I hope I have answered your questions and made this process a whole lot easier for you. If you have further questions, please do not hesitate to contact me, and I'll try to help you out as best I can to make this process as easy as possible for everyone, and to take RDC to proficiency and hopefully even maybe distinguished in our program review. You guys rock. Again, thanks for taking the time to listen and watch this tutorial, and go Cards.